Well, the conflicts that spark terrorism can be addressed, but that is not happening where it should be, at the United Nations. So says the United States Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley. Now, Ambassador Haley will be specifically calling out the UN Human Rights Council. She'll be doing that in person this coming week, addressing the council in Geneva. She says the council is supposed to help diffuse the very types of tensions that can fuel international terrorism, but she says it's failing. When we sat down late last week, the ambassador told me that if the council does not shape up, the U.S., she says, could ship out. You will be the first United States ambassador to the United Nations to actually address the Human Rights Council. Why did you make this decision to go in person, to see them, face them down in person?
I needed to go to the Human Rights Council because it's important. You know, and now we're looking at all these areas where they've had human rights issues that have led to conflict. What we have seen in the cases of Venezuela now, which is an issue, is when I brought it up in front of the Security Council, they said this should come up in front of the Human Rights Council. Well, why hasn't that happened? Because Venezuela sits on the council. How can you have a Human Rights Council that has Venezuela and Cuba on it? It just doesn't make sense. And so we're going to go to Geneva, talk to them about what we think the Human Rights Council does well, talk to them on where improvement is needed, and decide our status after that to see if they're really serious about human rights or not.
Do you think you have faith that by going there, by seeing them in person, and by addressing this here at the UN constantly, that it could change?
I don't know that I'll be successful, but I know that I have to have my voice heard. I know that they have to understand the U.S. position of the fact that we take human rights seriously. We think that it is the root cause to many conflicts that can happen, and we expect certain things of the Human Rights Council. And if they want to be better and if they want to make some changes, the U.S. will stay on it. If they don't, then in the name of human rights, we'll get off.
Well, the ambassador, as you heard, made it clear that if the council does not live up to its name, the U.S. will quit it. You know, in 2006, under President George W. Bush, the U.S. did drop out in protest, only to rejoin the council under President Obama in 2009.